Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful day. We are the news. Yes, mainstream media, folks, is done. We are the news. More people are actually turning to independent media to actually get the news. I mean, the mainstream media guys, they push propaganda and nothing more. And also, with the cherry on top, Trump derangement. Yeah, these people hate Trump so much, guys. They're willing to lie to you because they hate Trump that much. And the media has lost all credibility, guys. During the 2024 election, CNN, MSNBC, they were still going full Trump derangement. And I told you guys, it was not going to work. And what do you know? People were not watching the mainstream media. Trump actually got a lot of support because he was going on alternative platforms. He was going out there on being on TikTok. He was also on Rogan. I mean, that Rogan episode, man, probably was the biggest episode on YouTube that Joe Rogan probably ever had. And of course, you know, you got people like me and other outlets out there, other people out there, I should actually say, bringing you the news on YouTube, Rumble, other platforms as well. The mainstream media is dead. It is dead. Nobody believes anything that actually comes out of their mouths. I mean, MSNBC, man, their days are numbered. CNN, their days are numbered. And now, guys, one of the biggest Trump deranged individuals out there in the mainstream media quit. Live on TV, Jim Acosta, guys, formerly of the Communist News Network, CNN, the man quit on live TV, guys. Now, what was the real reason he actually quit? Well, CNN actually was booting him from his time slot. Now, honestly, guys, I didn't even know this man actually had a show. That just tells you how unpopular CNN is. I believe he actually had a 10 a.m. show. And guess what? CNN demoted this man to purgatory. Midnight. Yes, guys, if you thought the ratings were bad during the daytime for CNN, just imagine them putting your show on midnight. Absolutely nobody is going to watch it. No one. No one's going to watch your show at midnight. And I guess Jim Acosta said, you know what? I'm just going to get out of here. Maybe he'll actually go out there and start a YouTube channel or something like that and spew Trump derangement. But let's go ahead, guys, and listen in to Jim Acosta as he actually quits live on the air. That being said, guys, here we go.
Just wanted to end today's show by thanking all of the wonderful people who work behind the scenes at this network. You may have seen some reports about me and the show. And after giving all of this some careful consideration and weighing an alternative time slot CNN offered me, I've decided to move on. I am grateful to CNN for the nearly 18 years I've spent here doing the news. People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no. That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future. One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media so people can hear from you too. I'll have more to say about my plans in the coming days, but until then, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. It has been an honor to be welcomed into your home for all these years. That's the news. Reporting from Washington, I'm Jim Acosta.
Oh boy, who was actually tuning in to this guy? That's what I'm curious about. Who was actually tuning in to Jim Acosta? No one. Nobody was watching the show, man. I mean, think of this, guys. You do not get demoted to the midnight shift if people were actually watching your show. CNN was probably just like, you know what? Nobody's watching this guy's show. It sucks. We're already losing money. Let's just make him quit rather than fire him. So let's just put him at the midnight shift. I mean, that's a huge downgrade, guys. Going from the midnight shift, well, the 10 a.m. shift to the midnight shift. Nobody's going to watch you. I mean, guys, for the most part, they're probably putting the worst of the worst people on at midnight. How many people are actually up watching the news at midnight? Guys, to be honest with you, I don't care if you're right wing or left wing. Midnight is not a good time to actually watch the news. You're probably going to have a hard time sleeping, okay? Yeah, but I guess if you want to fall asleep, Jim Acosta is probably the way to go, man. But you guys probably remember this, man. This is probably what he's best known for, getting into it with President Trump. I believe this is back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go and watch this. I don't have the volume up. Let me turn up the volume there, guys. So here we go. Let's do it again.
But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
Well, that's true.
But
they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible.
Well, now he is gone, President Trump. Jim Acosta quits. Live on TV, man. Wasn't this epic, man? Wasn't this epic here of this man, this failed so-called journalist and news anchor going out like this? Yeah, he went out with a whimper and not a bang. And I'm pretty sure almost nobody was watching him when he announced his departure from CNN. Nobody's going to miss him. Nobody is. Maybe he actually already set up his YouTube account, man. Hey, some people can be very, very successful on YouTube, Jim Acosta. Maybe you'll get lucky. Okay? Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll do better than us. I mean, we're small time over here. We may have 109,000 subs or whatever, but we're small time. What do you guys think is the future of Jim Acosta in the future? He says he's going to be letting people know, but I don't think that's really a market for him, man. You know what? Some people, I guess they need a mainstream media outlet. It's not going so well for Don Lemon, formerly of CNN. I mean, this man actually got fired from X. How in the world do you actually get fired from X? That's pretty hard right there, man. That is pretty hard right there. But there you have it, guys. Jim Acosta, Trump deranged individual, is out at CNN. Boy, I guess he didn't want to put in those late hours, man, at CNN. I kind of can't blame him, guys. I mean, I don't want to work midnight shift. I don't want to do that, man. I did that before when I got out the Navy. Kind of bored. Now, when I was in the Navy, yeah, I stood those we actually called it balls to 4, which is like midnight to 4. But then when you're underway, it's like midnight to 6 a.m. Actually, a little bit earlier than that, like 10:30 to 6 a.m. Yeah, kind of rough. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.